Hello, good morning everyone. I'm Anish Shiva from Department of Mechanical Engineering, Satyam Show Technology and Management. So in this session, I'm going to explain some interesting facts about heat transfer. So after end of this session, we will understand how thermodynamics is different from heat transfer, how heat transfer is a part of our daily life, and also what are different modes and mechanisms, basic laws of heat transfer. Let's get started. Heat transfer versus thermodynamics. Thermodynamics deals with heat and work transfer and also other forms of energy, and it always concerned about equilibrium of bodies. So, and at the same time, coming to heat transfer is a process of transfer of energy from high temperature body to low temperature body. So generally, the heat transfer can only takes place whenever there is a temperature difference between that two bodies. So the temperature difference is a basic reason that transfer of energy from high temperature body to low temperature body, high temperature body to low temperature body. So again, and how they are different from each other. Coming to how they are different from each other, that as I told you, that thermodynamics always concerned about equilibrium of the system, equilibrium bodies. Whereas heat transfer concerned about how the systems comes to the equilibrium, how long or how much time it will take the system comes to the equilibrium. So it will gives us that heat transfer will gives us how the body, how much time a body will the system requires to comes to the equilibrium position, uh, whereas the thermodynamics only is just it gives us that temp that how much energy or how much work transfer. It never tells us how the temperature distribution takes place within the system or body. Whereas heat transfer gives us how temperature distribution takes place within the system or body. That's why we can say simply we can say simple example while you're just solving any problems in thermodynamics, that output from the process is actually is in watts, sorry, joules, which actually gives you in kilojoules. If you solve any problem in thermodynamics, you will get that answer, that final output in kilojoules, whether it may be heat or work. Coming to heat transfer, if you solve the heat transfer problems, you will see that the final unit of the solution, that the final units of the heat transfer will be in kilowatts. So that is joules per second. So a kilowatt is a kilojoule per second. So that rate of heat transfer, it will gives us that rate, how much time, how much long it will take a system comes to the equilibrium. And at the same time, thermodynamics does not give any temperature distribution within the system. Whereas heat transfer, we will get that how the temperature distribution takes place within the system. So this is, for example, if you consider here, here actually some examples of thermodynamic systems. Some amount of energy entered into the system, some amount of energy leaves the system. So here one of the system here, one of the control volume, or here you can see some closed system here, some air compressor here you can see some air compressor. So here energy entering or energy leaving, like mass enter, mass in, mass out. So this comes under control mass system. So heat transfer in daily life. So his dog really knows about the heat transfer. So interesting fact, how heat transfer in daily life. For example, I will tell you at the end of this session, you will understand whether the dog will know that heat transfer phenomena. So here I'm telling you that teaching entire subject, entire heat transfer subject with one example. Yes, it means how closely that heat transfer is related to our daily life. Suppose, for example, here one example. Here you can see one person with burned finger. Suppose, let us consider there is a person. Suppose your finger gets burned. For example, let's take an example. Suppose your finger gets burned due to some accidentally you put your finger in some hot surface or any some accidentally situation. Accident situation, you just your finger gets burned. Just let us consider your finger gets burned, and you will never keep it like that. You just don't keep. You just keep. If you just comb. If you never keep like that, you just. For example, if you apply that thermodynamics principle to your, suppose consider your finger is a system. There, the system, the fundamental law, that law of conservation of energy, dq is equal to du plus dw. Here, energy is supplied, so dq is your energy, amount of energy supplied. It should be converted into some internal energy plus work done. Here, there is no work done. You just your finger gets burned. There is no work here, so that dw is equal to 0. So it means that the total amount of energy supplied to this system is converted into internal energy, is stored as a internal energy. Total energy is stored in the form of internal energy. dq is equal to du. So because there is no work done, dw is 0. Okay. Next, so you finger buds one, you if you want to lose some energy, if you want to cool down your finger, what you will do, you simply put your finger in air, atmosphere. So your body having a higher temperature, that finger is having higher temperature as compared to surrounding air. So there is a phenomena of heat transfer, that is convection. So generally convection is a heat transfer from the adjacent layer of the fluid to the surrounding. So that adjacent layer to the surrounding fluid. So transfer from that heat transfer takes place from uh, solid surface to surrounding fluid. So this solid surface, so here your solid surface is your finger, and surrounding there is atmospheric air. So generally convection takes place. So that air is atmospheric air. So the convection is free convection. So due to free convection, the energy transfer from your finger to the surrounding air. Okay. So there is a phenomena here. There is phenomena free convection. So even so there is a here you can see here there is a parameter that there is a air, so there is a thermal coefficient of expansion of air, so there is a beta, so there is a gravity g, there is inertia force. Okay, so there is a formula. What is that formula for free convection? Grasov number. So Nusselt number is equal to Grasov number into Prandtl number. So g beta delta t L cube by mu square. L is the length of your solid body, and mu is the kinematic viscosity. There is some viscosity of your air. So suppose if you still you are feeling not well, you will keep your finger at the in front of some fan. Okay, because then it means there is another phenomenon is forced convection, because you are providing external force to that surround fluid. So there is forced convection. So there is force. So velocity comes means you can say Reynolds number. So Nusselt number is equal to Reynolds number Prandtl number, rho v d by mu. So there is a density of air and there is a velocity of air, because you are keeping you put your finger in some in front of some fan. Okay, so that means the air is forced to flow over your surface. So there is a forced convection. And if you still you are not feeling well, you will keep your finger some water bath. So your body having some higher temperature, 80 degrees centigrade, the water having some suppose 25 degrees centigrade or 20 degrees centigrade. So there is a temperature, there is a surrounding air. Okay, there is a fluid. So again, if you want to find, suppose one of your friend want to know how much time it will require to cool down your finger from 80 degrees to 40 degrees centigrade. So at the time you will use a lumped heat capacity analysis. So that is transient heat conduction. So there is a transient heat conduction. So for that you have to find out Biot number. After that you have to use that formula T minus T infinity by T naught minus T infinity is equal to exponential of minus HA by rho CB. So a transient conduction comes into this place. So this is how the heat transfer is. The only motive of this class is to tell you how it is related to how heat transfer is related or how close to our daily lives. So these are the formulas of these are the formulas we generally use in our subject class. Okay. So these are all the formulas. That's all number. And thank you.